Hey everybody, the Mercedes Wilson show is starting momentarily. I have Tone Melton with me today. Y'all don't want to miss today's show. You don't want to miss today's show. It's going to be really good. We get to talk faith with a powerful man. I'm so excited. Invite your friends and family to get on because we got some good stuff to talk about. And also, I don't know who's heard and who has not, but the Mercedes Wilson show will now be on the Now Network starting February 26th. So many different states that I will be airing in: Detroit, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kansas, Florida, Georgia. Also Roku and Cloud TV. If you have those, you can get the Mercedes Wilson show. Listen, you want to watch this show. The same exact thing that we get here, the good juicy stuff about walking this walk of faith, is now going to television. I'm so excited. So please, 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 keep up with everything I have going on MercedesEWilson.com. There's more information. We now have the TV show page up, and we're getting ready to go live on Power 96.5, y'all. You ready?
Ready.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Mercedes Wilson Show on Power 96.5 Radio. We have a good show for you tonight. I have the amazing Tone Melton sitting across from me. I'm so excited to have him here. Full disclosure, he is my cousin. Okay, full disclosure. So when y'all say, okay, she's treating him kind of nice, you know why. This is my family. But I have to say thank you, a big thank you to my girl Liz from Healing Hands by Liz. Her massages will make you feel like a brand new person. You have to hit her up. You will hear her ad midway through the show. Listen, if you have any questions during the show, give us a call, 837-1112. Again, 837-1112. And if you're on Facebook, go to Power 96.5 Facebook page. We are live. We are live. They promised me we're live. So go there as well, or share on this page. All right. Hey, Tone.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Don't be all formal, Tone. All right. So I know you, but introduce yourself to the guests on Facebook and all of our listeners on the radio. Who is Tone Melton?
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Antonius Melton. I am the founder of Project CKC. I was born and raised in Lockport, New York. 33 years old, born July 12th.
Oh, you're giving birthdays and everything.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm giving birthdays too.
Birthday presents?
I do accept gifts as well.
Right.
My favorite hobbies is I like to play basketball from time to time. I like to work out at the gym. My favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors.
We ain't even gonna go there. We ain't even gonna go there tonight. He jumped on the bandwagon, y'all. He jumped on it.
And yes, I am a Buffalo Bills fan as well, so yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. You know I had to tease you, right?
Yeah.
Because we were Cleveland, but now we're L.A.
Oh, you LA now?
Yeah, because my husband follows LeBron. Whatever, right? So, so today I'm excited to talk about all the exciting stuff you have going on. We're going to get to Project CKC, but before that, let's talk faith.
Let's do it.
Right, because so many people, actually all of us, at some point in time or another, struggle with our faith, right? Because faith, in my opinion, is an action word. It's not just something we talk about, just like love. Love is an action word, right?
Right.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what faith means to you?
Faith means a lot. Faith means strength. It means courage. It means stepping outside of the box and standing firm in what you believe in. Mm-hmm. And you just have to be willing to just do things that you normally don't do in order to experience growth.
Right. And like do things that you normally don't do to experience growth. One of the things I want to mention, because I rededicated my life to Christ back in 2000. So from the churches that I've been to have been majority women, right? And a lot of the pastors have talked about how the churches are filled with more women. The church that we go to now, you and I happen to go to the same church,
Right.
There's a lot of men. So can we talk about the importance of men being in today's church?
Well, it's very important that a lot of men are in today's churches because we are definitely an example to the youth. As far as the young men go, we're supposed to be leaders in the church, and believe it or not, it's like all eyes on men. We're in church. Everybody watches us, and they see how we carry ourselves, how we interact with different people. We're showing people respect and encouraging people, being positive, talking about like everyday life.
Right.
Just being encouraging, giving advice as far as getting through daily situations.
Right. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Fight Club, too, because you did this last round. My husband did it as well, but I really want to get some feedback from you because that was a group for men. So we'll get to that. But back to the faith part, do you feel the pressure of being exactly everything that you described? Because men are looked at to be leaders. What are some of the pressures, or if there are any? I'm saying it because I'm a woman. But what are some of the pressures that you as a man feel when it comes to your faith?
Well, I used to feel pressure. I no longer feel any pressure because my faith has grew a lot stronger in God. But once you step outside of that box and you're on that big totem pole, you're pretty much worried about what other people are going to think about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with their opinions of you, do they look at you different because you're choosing to follow Christ?
Right. How do you display faith? Because we said it's an action word. So give us some everyday things. Because you have a son.
I do. I have a stepson, Brady.
So how do you portray that to him? What are some things that you intentionally do?
Well, to be honest with you, he teaches me a lot to be 7 years old.
Yeah?
Yes. Being in a relationship with a child that's not yours, it can get, kind of difficult because you have to be very careful how you treat someone else's child.
Right.
So,
and we have a blended family too, so I get it.
Me and him, we are developing a good relationship, and he's so quick to tell you when you're wrong because I never seen a 7-year-old filled with the Holy Spirit like he is.
Wow.
And he truly believes in God, and that's one thing that I do respect about him. So it's like we're learning from each other. So it's good.
What about your everyday walk? When you're at work, when you're out in the community, how do you think? Are you more aware of how you are in the community because you're an example, right?
Right. I am more aware. I am very confident. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm the man. And that's just simply because God has, given me that that I need, and I just truly believe in Him. I believe in His guidance. I believe in His words. So I just carry on with my life by following His words.
That's good. How important is prayer and study time?
Prayer is very important. Study time is very important. Especially with the prayer time, God has already know what you're dealing with. He already knows what you're going through. So it's like He's waiting for you to come talk to Him about something. So the more you procrastinate and you don't come talk to Him, it's like you have this big burden, this extra weight on your shoulders that you're carrying around.
Right.
And all that does is just creates more stress. So once you spill your emotions out to God and you're letting Him know how you feel about certain situations and things you're going through, you're asking Him for guidance, it gets a lot easier.
Right. Now, you mentioned something important because you're spilling things out that have stressed you out, which we all have. We go to God and say, Lord, I need you.
Right.
I got A, B, C, D going on. I need some guidance here. And when you get up from prayer, what is it that well, actually, God empowers you, but how do you get up from prayer and then put it to action? I mean, you have to be intentional about it, right?
You have to be very intentional.
Yeah. Because I know for me, or I'm sure for a whole lot of us, when we get up from prayer and we say, okay, God, then the faith begins. Because God is saying, okay, I want you to do A, B, and C, or I need you to just step back, or sometimes just be still.
Right.
And let me show you who I am, right? And we have to step up and say, okay, God, because that's where the faith begins, when we get up from our knees. When we release it, we say, God, I know you got this. But then when we get up, taking direction and walking that thing out.
It is very difficult, but once I get up, it's all about my demeanor and my attitude about exactly what I just asked and what I prayed about.
Attitude.
So
yeah,
if you're asking him for change, you also have to put in that effort, but then again, you have to be patient.
Right.
You have to wait for him to change certain situations, and if you still go into that situation with the same attitude, he's gonna feel like you're just asking me for nothing.
Right.
If you're not gonna change, why should I change a situation if you're not doing what you're supposed to do and waiting on me
right
to change it?
Right. And that prayer time and what God says is different for each person, because I'm reminded of the scripture that talks about each one of us has been given a measure of faith. So what God may tell me to do would be different than what he would tell you to do based on the job that he's given you.
Right.
Right? So how do you stay an individual, I guess, knowing what Tone is put here to do? But you know, we live in a world with social media. Everybody's looking at what everybody else is doing. How do you stay confident? Because you said, like, you feel like you're the man, right?
Yes,
How do you stay confident in your manhood with knowing that there's so many other people and everybody's watching everybody?
To be honest with you, like I say, I stay firm in what I believe in, and I really don't pay attention to others' opinions. If I was to hear something that somebody said about me, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let other people's opinion affect who you are, because
right.
it will stunt your growth, or it will play an action in how you feel. It's almost like a mind game.
Right.
If you listen to the things that people say about you, you're gonna start second guessing yourself, asking you, well, if what I'm doing is really for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things, when I asked you what you wanted to talk about, you said faith, and I want to talk about intimacy with God.
Right.
So when people think about intimacy, immediately they think sex.
Right.
Right? Can you tell us what you meant?
Well, an intimate relationship is similar to the relationship that you have with your spouse, but it's like 10 times stronger. So when you go to God, the intimate relationship that you're supposed to have with him is that, you know, you're talking to him about everything that you're going through.
Right.
You're giving him, you're showing emotion, you're showing love, you're whatever it takes.
Right.
Like you honor your spouse, you do the same thing with God when it comes to that intimate relationship. You honor him, you know, you do whatever it takes to develop that type of relationship that you need.
Right. And did you have to work to build that up? Like, when did you learn the difference? Because I know you're talking a lot about your growth, right? So when did you learn the difference between just praying and saying, okay, God, I want to take it to the next level?
Consistency, and like you stated, you have to sit still. You can't pray and ask for things and then be on the go all the time.
Consistency.
Like, it takes time for God to reveal to you who he really is and what he's capable of doing. But if you don't sit still, and if you don't pay attention to your surroundings, if you don't pay attention to the things that's happening in your life, you will miss the message.
Right. So, did you have to lose some friendships?
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
What was that process like? Because a lot of times we think, oh, well, I'm a peacemaker. I love God. So I get along with everybody. Everybody is like kumbaya, right? But no, you actually lose some relationships.
Yes. The process is tough. It's real tough. You know, you would never think that you would lose the people that you spent your whole entire life with.
Right.
So it's tough.
Right. Can we talk about the benefits of you being intimate with God? When you spend more time intentionally to get to know God, what are some of the things that you noticed that changed in your life?
Well, the benefits are that you know what to do. When you have that, if you ever pay attention to some people and it's like they're going through a storm and they're just lost and they don't know what direction to go in, that's because they don't have that intimate relationship with God that they need. But when you do have that relationship, it's easier for you to comprehend what he's showing you. You have the ears to listen, you have the eyes to see when he's trying to show you things, so you always know how to handle
Right.
certain things.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You hit on some good stuff because we all go through stuff. Every single one of us go through stuff. But it's what happens in those times. It's the hope that we have in us, right? It's the hope that, okay, God, you gave me a word on this, or I trust you in this, even though my situation don't look so good.
Right.
I can trust you in this, and that's how you build upon your faith. 'Cause I remember when I first got saved, it was like I would ask God for something, boom, it was there, right? You ask God, and 30 seconds later, somebody come walking down the street. Here you go.
Right.
And as time goes on, more is required of you because that's where growth happens. So as you grow in this, and God may say, okay, you have to let this relationship go. It's not healthy for you.
Right.
Or I need you to spend a little more time with me because there's something coming up where you're going to need clear direction. And then that thing comes. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy.
Right. It's nothing's easy, but, God will draw you away from certain people or certain situations in order for you to get to that level where he's trying to take you. So, sometimes I used to point the finger, and I used to try to blame people for the things that I was going through or what they done to me, but it was like that was something that God had to do in order for me to grow. Right. So I couldn't no longer blame them because then that's just like me blaming God. Like, right. Why did you do that?
Right.
So you just have to accept what happens, and you have to grow from it, you learn from it, and you move forward.
Right. And I got to be honest with you. I love the fact that I have a young man in front of me talking about his love of Christ. I love it. I love it when young folks, when us young folks, because I'm still young.
Right.
Us young folks. But let's talk a little bit about the Fight Club before we go to the break, because I want to hear all about CKC. I want everybody to learn about CKC, Project CKC. You did a group called the Fight Club at your church where it was all, or actually I'll let you describe it, but can you describe a little bit about what the Fight Club is about?
So Fight Club was it was a men's missionary that lasted a little over 3 months. It was very tough because the whole entire time we practiced purity. Mm-hmm. So it was,
the first
when we say purity, we mean being very pure.
Right.
Spending a lot of time in the Bible with daily scriptures, learning a different Bible verse every week, which was kind of complicated and hard at times. And we just pretty much learned the difference between being a fan and a follower.
Yeah, and that book is good. I started reading the book.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
The book is very good.
Yeah. What would you say? Well, no. First of all, over 35 churches took part, so it's not just something for one church. Anybody can take part, right? And yes. There were men that came from a couple hours away.
Yes, Pennsylvania. Guys heard about the program in Pennsylvania and decided to take a trip all the way to Lockport just to sign up for the program.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But I went to the graduation, and it was so awesome to see the men walk up on the stage with their families and, say their name and their families' names and introduce their families and say, what'd y'all say?
Who we're fighting for.
Yeah. So they pronounced to everyone who they were fighting for, and it was neat to see men stand up and say, I'm fighting for my wife, I'm fighting for my children, I'm fighting for my community, I'm fighting for my faith. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
And there's another one coming up soon. But what's the biggest change that you've seen since the end of Fight Club? Because let me tell you and my husband was acting up a little bit. Like, I was like, oh, did you have an attitude? Because I knew y'all was changing some stuff and rearranging some stuff.
It was very hard in the beginning. But, I did come to know myself a lot better. I'm more considerate. I'm more considerate of others. And I just take everything into consideration now, when before it wasn't like that.
Right. That's good stuff. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Tone.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be right back. I want to hear all about Project CKC, but we'll be back after some words from our sponsors. Stay with us. He did good, y'all.
Wasn't bad.
Tell everybody, or tell Tone he did good, everybody.
How did I do, y'all?
Okay, so it's all CKC. Hey, Facebook, Power 96.5. Hello. So we'll start from the beginning and just walk through, take it step by step. 'Cause I think we have another 10 minutes, so we got time.
All right.
How folks can support the journey and what it's been like. This is you. This is all. You know, who's the biggest help? I know Erica, you want to talk about, but everything.
Okay.
So wherever you want to take it, but I'm gonna start by asking where the idea came from. Actually, no, I won't. I'm gonna start with the faith thing, and then go into where the idea came from. Yeah.
It's kind of cold in here.
It is, but this is good because normally in the summer it's so hot, so we appreciate it.
It's your boy Shine. You're listening to the all new sound of Buffalo. Power 96.5.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for staying with us on Facebook Land and Power 96.5. If you have any questions during this show, please hit us up, 837-1112. Again, 837-1112. And I have Tone Melton with me, the founder of Project CKC. I'm so excited for you. He rocking the hat, the T-shirts. I mean, he is full-blown Project CKC up in the studio.
I'm all about my brand.
You sure are. Okay, so... let's talk a little bit about Project CKC. Where did this idea come from?
Okay, so Project CKC, which stands for Clothing Kills Cancer, this idea came to me in 2015 when my father passed away from stage 4 lung cancer.
Can we go into that a little bit? Because the first segment we talked a little bit about faith and how we can influence the young men around us. Your dad's faith played a part in your life. Can you go back a little bit and tell us about that?
Wow. Well, my dad always used to use the saying, walk by faith and not by sight.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple, but it has so much power to it as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I just believe in the things that I cannot see.
Right. What was your relationship like with your dad, and what was it like having to experience him going through cancer? And you don't have to share any more than what you don't want to. But what was that like?
It was tough.
We can move on. Well, I mean, folks, I want everybody to see that cancer affects so many of us. It really, really does. And this organization is a result of the impact of that his father had, and having to witness him go through cancer. And I know it affects those around you so much, because not only have I been affected by cancer, but I'm a survivor, and those around me have talked about how hurtful it is.
Yes.
Or how hurtful it was to see me have to go through breast cancer, and those that took me to my chemo sessions and just watched me basically suffer going through cancer. And I can tell by your posts, because every so often you'll have a memory and you'll share and talk about your dad and share that memory and where you were at that time and some things that your dad said to you. So we know that this organization was founded in love.
It was.
Right? And it was almost like it was a mandate on your life, because you are not stopping. And when you started it, you knew exactly.
Oh yeah, I knew what I wanted to do. Probably like a week after my father passed away, that this was something that I wanted to do. Now,
tell us how you started it. Like, did you go to somebody and say, okay, this is the vision I have? Are you with me, or did you just say, listen, I'm going downtown and I'm filling out this paperwork and I'm moving?
Well, the first thing I did was, before I really shared the idea with anybody, I talked to my brother. He knew about it. Then I decided to go to Bryan and Stratton. I got my degree in business. I got a 2-year degree in business, and I pretty much worked on that, and I did the best that I can, and I got my business plan together the 2 years that I attended college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about grit. Listen, I'm starting a business. I'm going back to college, y'all. I'm about to go get a business degree. You were serious.
I was very serious.
Right.
Very serious.
Right. So who does your business target?
My business targets cancer patients, but one thing that we have to understand is no one is exempt from cancer. Like,
right.
we can be healthy today, and the next thing you know, we're at the doctor's tomorrow, and we're being told that we have cancer.
Right.
So the target market is very broad.
Oh, it is.
I want everybody to get involved.
And is it any type of cancer?
Any type of cancer. We support any type of cancer. There's nothing that I don't want to support, because everybody with cancer is struggling from the same thing.
Right.
There's no difference.
Right. So, as far as support, what have you seen since 2015? Because you've grown.
I have grown so much, and I'm very thankful for the people that actually have took the time out to help support and purchase the apparel and spread the word. I can remember when everything that has happened now was just a thought on a piece of paper.
Right.
So I'm still trying to soak it all in because I can't believe that it has actually became a reality. So.
Last week I saw you post, or was it 2 weeks ago, that you gave a check?
Yes, we gave a check to an individual who she is now cancer free.
Yeah.
But she is still going through a lot of things, and she's getting ready to have surgery. But to make a long story short, she wasn't able to go to any of her checkups or, doctor's appointment because it was a delinquent bill that was due that she wasn't able to pay. So we were actually able to take care of that for her.
Wow. Okay, so she wasn't able to do what because of a delay?
She wasn't able to go to a doctor's appointment for like a yearly checkup because of the delinquent balance.
Wow. Okay, so let's just be clear and break it down for folks. They can purchase the Project CKC apparel.
Yes.
And a percentage of that apparel.
There's no percentage. We have a $10 donation from each sale.
Okay.
Each sale.
Okay, so from each sale, a $10 donation is put into a bucket, and then how do people contact you if they say, I need help?
Well, they can go to the website at www.projectckc.com. We do have an application on the website. They can fill out their information. They can submit it to us. We will go over it. So one thing that we do require is that you do submit some type of paperwork that shows your actual diagnosis, so we know exactly what we're dealing with.
Right. And is this people in Lockport? Is it people where?
This is people all over the world. I want this business to be
no limits.
to be worldwide. It's not just Lockport. Any state, any country. If we can reach out to you and help you, that's what we're doing.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So, what is the ultimate vision? What is the pie in the sky for Project CKC?
Man, my vision is large. It's kind of hard. It's real hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big it is. But I want Project CKC to be on a very huge platform. I want to be in everybody's closet.
Right.
I want CKC to be in everybody's closet. I call it the world's greatest apparel, and the reason why I do call it that is because this brand was designed to do great things. So I call it the world's greatest apparel.
I would have mine on tonight if my kids didn't steal it. Because let me tell you, that T-shirt is so comfortable. The one that I got is so comfortable, Tone.
Yes, it's very comfortable. The material is good. The sweatshirts are comfy. Everything fits good.
Yeah. And give everybody the different types of apparel, because I see you have a hat on. I don't have a hat.
Well, we don't have the hats as of right now. I'm the only one.
So why are you wearing the hat if we can't buy the hat? Why are you teasing us with the hat if we can't have the hat?
Because I'm the boss.
Good answer.
That's the reason why I got a hat. But like these are all things that I want to have that we're working on in the future. I want to have hats. As of right now, we have T-shirts, sweatshirts. I'll be working on some athletic apparel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spill all the beans.
Right. Well, yeah, don't do that. But who's designing your shirts? Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I want to give a shout out to my boy Anthony Peoples the third. Before we came up with this logo, this is not the actual logo, but if you take a look at the website, you'll see a logo of an angel warrior surrounded by a shield with wings.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I saw that.
I pretty much just reached out to him and I explained my vision to him and I told him what I was looking for, and he's so talented he made it happen.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Let's talk about the support with the T-shirts. How is everything going? And again, people can buy them from the website.
Right.
How is everything going with that?
As of right now, it's kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
But this is everything that I anticipated. It's just branding.
Right.
The more we brand and the more people are aware of who we are and what we stand for, eventually things will start to pick up.
Now, what if someone wants to reach out to you and say, hey, can you come to my church and speak? Or, hey, can you come to this community center and speak? Are you open to come and speak with people?
Yes, I am. I'm very open.
Okay, so
Be open.
is your contact information on your website?
My contact information is on the website. My business email is projectckc0425@gmail.com.
Okay. Tone, thank you. We have 30 seconds. Give us 10 seconds of an encouraging word for everybody listening.
Stand firm in what you believe in. Don't listen to what anybody is saying. You just follow your dreams. Sky's the limit. Long as you keep God first, there is no limitations.
I love it. Project CKC. Thank you, Tone, for
Thank
joining
you.
us. And thank you, Facebook and Power 96.5 listeners and viewers on Facebook for tuning into the Mercedes Wilson Show. Until next time, be safe.
Have a blessed night.
That went fast, right?
Yeah.
All right, Facebook. Y'all hit Tone up. Tone, what's the website again?
www.projectckc.com, y'all.
All right, hit him up. Get your t-shirt. It's coming. It's coming. Have a good night, y'all.